$50 million. Like, I don't know. It's one of my who knows? Who gives a shit? Where did most of the money go? Houses or
planes? Boat. It's stupid shit. It was fun.
Because of the of boxing. Just
also
like
money.
Just like but I don't even think he don't need any money. He
spends so much money.
And also has gotten really into NFTs.
And if you in the NFT world and you betting on me, you will never lose. But what I need you to do right now, go get Mayweather. That's my new NFT. I've been working on that for months.
Joe Rogan and Mike Tyson have said they think Floyd Mayweather might be having money problems. They pointed out how he keeps doing exhibition fights and spending a lot of money, even though he once made a $42 million investment. There are also rumors about scams and financial issues. Their comments make people think Mayweather might not be as rich as he seems, and some even say he could be broke.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about Floyd?
Awesome fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like, you was a movie star. You was a hero.
I didn't see that.
Tell me, so like, what's the difference now from like your era to today?
No one was afraid of anyone. Everyone really believed they can beat him.
But it's a business, more business, it's more money than everybody.
Floyd Mayweather changed the game up when he turned into the pretty boy.
Yeah, that was cool too. But he had to get in that ring and fight too. He had to fight the best competitor. He wiped everybody out. And that's why he's who he is. He beat everybody. He beat everybody I thought would give him a chance. He just wiped everybody out. Nobody can even match him. The best. He didn't pick guys. He took the best. Even the guys I picked against him, he beat everybody, made everybody wrong. Right. And that's why he's who he is.
Mike Tyson shared his concern about what Floyd Mayweather has been doing after retiring. Even though Floyd left professional boxing, he kept training hard and came back for exhibition fights. Tyson criticized this, saying it seems like Floyd isn't doing it for love of the sport but because he needs money. Tyson thinks this hurts the image of a retired champion.
You don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
Let me tell you something about Floyd. This is what I don't like about him either. No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym. He's a rat. He retired, but he stayed in the gym. He can't help it. It's just he don't do drugs. That's his heroin. The gym.
Someone told me this. They say he does not. He doesn't have a vice. Yeah. He doesn't have a vice.
No, he does. The gym.
The gym.
The gym.
Mayweather made news by buying 6 commercial buildings worth $42 million. While this looks like a smart move to build long-term wealth, some see it as a way to respond to criticism about his big spending habits. This major purchase shows he might be focusing more on building real financial security instead of just showing off his money.
We got two more deals I want to get into. Floyd Mayweather just did a big deal. It's a short one, so let's get into that. Floyd Mayweather Jr. just bought $402 million in a real estate portfolio. That's dope. That's super dope. It says the retired boxer has gone into contract to pay $402 million for a 1,000 unit affordable housing portfolio of more than 60 buildings. $402 million. Floyd got 60 buildings. The multifamily deal for properties concentrated in Upper Manhattan will be one of the city's biggest this year. A slice of the portfolio closed Wednesday. The remainder is expected to close in the fourth quarter or early 2025. That's dope. Floyd just spent $400 million and got 1,000 units and 60 buildings.
Joe Rogan shared his thoughts on Mayweather's recent exhibition fights, saying they might not be about love for boxing. Instead, he thinks Floyd could be doing them to keep up with his costly lifestyle. Rogan suggests that money problems might be the real reason behind these fights, not passion or love for the sport.
Exhibition. So that's what's What's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him, and he's doing it as an exhibition. It doesn't even hurt his record.
Because of the drug of boxing. Just
Also
like
money.
Just like but I don't even think he don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any. Floyd,
Are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's playing for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from.
Hopefully.
And not just boxing. But it's the drug of getting. Floyd still trains when even when he doesn't have a fight.
Rogan also mentioned that Mayweather's big fight with Conor McGregor was more of a smart business move than a real comeback. After retiring, Floyd came back just for that match and made around $100 million. While it brought in a lot of money, many people saw it as choosing cash over real competition.
Okay, so your new contract, you wanted no extensions. That's one thing.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Okay. What was one of them, the ability to box?
One of them was the ability to box. They said that wasn't an option. Boxing is dead. It's not possible. This and that.
Now, what does that feel like to you, knowing that Conor McGregor did it and fought Floyd Mayweather and made $100 million?
Yes, gentlemen, let's do this.
No, a bitch, nigga, that's that shit I don't like. No, sneak deserves, that's that shit I don't like.
Mayweather is known for being very proud of himself, often comparing his career to other boxing legends and talking up his own success. While it's normal for top athletes to be confident, Floyd's way of promoting himself often comes off as arrogant. This turns off some fans and leads to a lot of criticism from both the public and the media.
Still waiting? Well, I think I'm separated now. You know, I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, you know, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. Had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
Snoop Dogg, who knows both the music and sports worlds well, made a clear point about the difference between being rich and being truly wealthy. He believes Mayweather has made a lot of money but doesn't have the long-term mindset that real wealth requires. According to Snoop, Floyd seems more focused on looking rich than actually building lasting financial security.
Where did you get that business sense? Because you surpassed everybody in boxing and sports and everything in general. I'm watching you as like, you bigger than the NFL franchise.
You know, every time I got around my billionaire buddies, I was more like, it's cool to come over your house, but I need a house like this. It's cool to ride on your yacht, but I need a yacht like this. It's cool to ride on your jet, but I want a jet like this. And I said, no, I don't want to ride on yours. You show me how to get it. You can't be my friend if you can't show me how to get it. Once they show me how to get it, then I can install it in my children.
It's a bloodline thing.
Yes, it's about wealth. You know, I'm no longer rich, I'm wealthy.
Mayweather often compares himself to boxing legends, which helps build his brand but also draws a lot of criticism. While confidence is important in boxing, his lack of humility, even after retirement, has made some people lose respect for him. Floyd has said his business style is all about taking risks, and he puts money into things most people don't understand, hoping to get rich fast. But many see this as risky and a sign that he doesn't follow smart, long-term financial planning.
Experiences. And with me being able to make a lot of money, I'm able to bring my team as well as my family around the world so they can experience different things.
Something you said earlier, Floyd, it really fascinated me. And it gave me an insight that you really learned about money. Is you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes.
And then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risk because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, like you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Well, a lot of people do, don't they? I mean,
and a majority of the time you get bad results. 90% of the time you get bad results. Just like boxing.
On social media, Mayweather often shows off piles of cash and bank statements to prove his success. While some people admire how open he is, Others think it seems over the top and even insecure. These flashy posts get attention, but they also make people question how stable his finances really are.
The Money Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. He had to get the ones. Make it rain. I need everybody. That girl collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
Mayweather decided not to hire a manager and chose to handle all his business deals himself. This gave him full control, but also made him more vulnerable. While he made a lot of money, not having expert help has left him open to scams and bad investments that a professional could have helped him avoid.
I think with Floyd, he's never had a manager as well, right? He's always negotiated his own deals. Is that what kind of led to his wealth? He didn't have to cut a
It's not that he ain't got a manager, but he has got a manager. So he's can't remember his name now. So he's got a man, an elderly fella that's always with him, and but he does everything goes through him. Everything. Floyd ain't very clever, believe me. But training wise, the man's a genius, and it's hard work, dedication. Don't matter how good you are. I mean, I am world class as an athlete, but I never trained like the top boys. I just thought, don't worry, because I love a row, I love the fighting. Let's just turn up.
Yeah.
I mean, but after 3-4 rounds, if I ain't knocked you out, got Sting coming at my ass.
I spoke on stage with Floyd Mayweather. We really resonated, and I gave him a hard time because we were in Miami, and I go, dude, I don't watch boxing. That's not my thing. And we chit-chatted about that, and we just spoke about wealth. And we went through the thing. When he stopped boxing, he put so much capital into real estate. He's like, Andy, why didn't anybody tell me this years ago? Because he goes, I'm paying so much in taxes. I don't like the government being my partner. He took all of his money into real estate. And he's like, Andy, I've never had to work so little for so much. He made $100 million in one night. Yeah, the government took half that. Now I make a lot of money, and I never get out of bed.
Joe Rogan pointed out that Mayweather's constant showing off of luxury items might hint at something deeper. With rumors of money problems, his flashy posts can seem less like celebration and more like a way to cover up insecurity. The same image that once made him famous is now feeding the idea that his finances might not be as solid as they seem.
The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, flashing money, $1 million watches, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still everybody up.
He does.
He's the only guy. The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking. He kept his...
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his pants on, jeans on, he would jog home. And the dude was always training, never got out of shape.
Dude, the jog home in jeans isn't the torture. The torture is sitting around a bunch of drunk people drinking water in a club. I jog home all night.
Rogan pointed out that Floyd's non-stop drive comes from his upbringing, especially the influence of his father and uncle. This intense competitiveness helped him succeed in boxing, but it also seems to shape how he handles money, treating building wealth like it's just another title to win.
People just look at boxing in terms of like how often you get hit versus how often do you hit the other guy. He's the best ever. The way him and his uncle and his father talk, I imagine they were always super competitive from the time they were young.
Yeah.
Like he grew up being they're super competitive. They're competitive about talking shit. They're competitive about all kinds of things. So it's like that hive, like growing up with that all the time and the boxing skill.
Floyd often talks about how important money is to him and even encourages his kids to focus on the same goal. While aiming to build wealth for future generations is a good thing, his strong focus on money over deeper values has made some people question what kind of legacy he's truly leaving behind.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all 4 of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. I told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that. And then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
Mayweather's love for luxury is well known, from an $18 million watch to many others worth thousands. While his spending grabs attention, it also raises concerns about how long his money will last. Even a huge fortune can disappear if spending gets out of control and isn't carefully managed.
My most expensive watch that I currently own is $18 million.
One watch.
One watch.
Tell me about your watch collection, dude. You have to have one of the biggest watch collections in the world.
My watch collection, I think I got somewhere upwards of 100 watches, and I got a lot of $1 million watches.
What should I pay for this one? What do you think? You're here for me now. I need some help. Help a little man out, okay?
That watch is a couple $100,000, easy, but it's worth it because it goes up in value. It appreciates, not depreciates.
Dude, how do you buy a $17 million watch?
No, 18.
18, sorry.
Although Floyd is known as a smart businessman, some of his methods have raised doubts. There have been times when his earnings were exaggerated, or he skipped financial responsibilities. These moments suggest that his brand may be built as much on creating an image as on actual achievements.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record, and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top Rank boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
Even as he approaches 50, Mayweather continues to flaunt his wealth on social media, showing off private jets, designer clothes, and piles of cash. While this helps maintain his public image, critics say that his focus on appearances could be putting his long-term financial security at risk.
So apparently they caught Floyd capping about buying some apartment buildings in New York. I didn't think it was a big deal. I mean, remember he said he had bought his grandson some property, I think, in Manhattan as well, too. So honestly, I didn't really, think a lot of this was a big deal. I mean, it kind of, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old to feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media. But, people on social media do what they do best, especially black people, try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angela started researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now, Floyd is part of like some type of ownership group that got a part of it. Then you got 50.
Mayweather was once banned for promoting fake financial schemes, but instead of learning from it, he returned to similar ventures after the ban. One example is his controversial NFT campaign with Kim Kardashian. This pattern shows a worrying lack of concern for the damage to his reputation and the legal risks, all in the chase for quick profits.
Mr. I don't lose at nothing is back.
Correction, Mr. just got unbanned from scamming is back. This time, he's selling NFTs. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this is an obvious scam if you can just read the signs, but since Floyd can't read, I'm going to explain it to you all by telling you the history of Floyd Money Mayweather and crypto. Our story starts in 2018 when Floyd Mayweather was banned for 3 years from promoting securities after scamming his fans with an ICO called Cintratec. He was promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam. And now that it's 2022, his 3-year securities ban is over, and he's back to scamming again. He's currently being sued once again for his promotion of Ethereum Max alongside Kim Kardashian, and also has gotten really into NFTs.
Here's the updated version with subscribe and share. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time. Don't forget to subscribe and share. #Knockout Chronicles